I wondered where you'd rushed off to. You know, the others are taking their break over coffee in the conference room. It's all very civilized.
Yes, well, I needed this. Besides, my feelings towards you are not particularly civilized at the moment. Diane, you promised me time. Why in hell did you make that comment to Ben?
What I said to Ben is nothing compared to what I could have said. I just wanted to give you a little sneak preview of what Ben's reaction would be if he ever found out that you've been using Amanda's money behind her back.
Was that supposed to be news to me? I do not need you to refresh my memory.
Oh, I think everyone can use a little prodding every now and then. Just wish I could prod you into composing yourself. You were so nervous at the beginning of that meeting, you made several very foolish mistakes, which the Chamberlains were only too happy to pounce on for the benefit of the Lewises.
Do you have any idea what it is like to sit across from you at that table, knowing that you are perfectly willing to destroy my life? Unless, of course, I turn over these stocks to you, which would permit me to get charged with embezzlement, mismanagement, fraud, God knows what else.
Don't talk law to me, Ross. I'm really not interested. Just get your act together before the Lewises realize that you're thinking about things other than Lewis oil.
All I was thinking about while I sat there looking at you was how easy it would be to simply...
You'd better stop thinking in that vein, Ross. I've already written everything down. And if anything should happen to me, copies will go out to Ben, Mike Bauer, and the Springfield police. You're smart, Ross. Very smart. Just not as smart as I am. I'll see you in the conference room. Try to be in better form.
Hello?
Jackie, it's Diane Ballard.
Before we say anything else, let me congratulate you on your new baby girl. You and Justin must be very proud.
Yes, we are. I had a rather puzzling message in my office to call you.
Well, I'm sorry it puzzled you, Diane. I only wish it could have been as clear as the message we got through Ross.
Well, news travels fast in these parts. I'm glad Ross is following through so promptly.
Diane, I want to see you and talk to you face to face.
No, thank you. You always were one for emotional one-to-one scenes. That doesn't appeal to me at all. I told Ross exactly what I want where Philip is concerned. It's up to Ross and you and your husband to work it out.
If it were only the three of us involved, we'd know just how to deal with you. But there's Philip, too. I don't have to tell you how important his welfare is to me.
Yes, you know, I've always known that you were obsessive about Philip. Now that I know why, well, let's just say that was my inspiration for the whole idea.
How can you be so cold and calculating when you're talking about ruining a young boy's life?
Jackie, this is really becoming pointless. I have a very important dinner meeting to get to, so if you don't mind...
Yes, I do mind. I mind very much what you're trying to do, Diane. I mind that you are a selfish, scheming human being who's never had a thought for anyone or anything, except, of course, your own obsession with Alan, which will never come to...
I find it odd that you'd be at a party with Mike, that's all.
Well, it wasn't by choice, Diane, believe me. But when Bert insisted that I come here to Ed's for a drink, I could hardly tell her that Ed... Well, Ed seems to have absorbed some of Mike's hostility. The Bowers do stick together. But never mind that. I'm distressed to hear that HB is shying away from the long-term agreement. A short-term deal would never pay off for us.
I know. I'm sure that's why Henry and Vanessa want it so badly.
Vanessa's here now. Perhaps we should have a little heart-to-heart.
Oh, save yourself the trouble, Alan. I'm having one with Henry any minute now. He's in the conference room drinking and being very chummy with HB and his sons. But I told him to meet me here in your office before we leave for dinner. I want to intercept him in case he plans to continue the onslaught through dinner.
Well, good luck. I'll be here for about another half hour or so if you need me. With Ed and Mike both glaring at me, I can't last long.
Yes, I understand. I'll talk to you later, Alan.
Well, I presume that you were calling Alan to give him the good news.
Oh, well, in a way, Henry. I called him to tell him that I was sure we could get HB to agree to our original terms. The long-term arrangement.
You better call him right back. HB's getting more reluctant by the moment. He may be fleeing even as we're talking.
If HB has retreated, then you're probably responsible for that, Henry, and I would like you to use dinner tonight to show him how wrong you were. You are going to swing HB back to our long-term agreement.
Diane, you've got to be joking.
No, I'm not. And you'd better hope that you succeed, Henry, because if you don't, I will have to have a little talk with Vanessa about Stephanie Ryan.